Where my girls at? Where my girls at? Independent, free spirit. Ooh, it's something serious. Where my girls at? We ain't linked up in a cool minute. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. It's going down tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going down tonight. Yeah, right. It's going down tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going down tonight. Yeah, right.
All right, it's going down. It's going down. It's going down on a Monday. Yes, yes, yes. It is Make It Happen Monday. Come on, make it happen on Monday. You are listening to We Got Issues on 910 a.m. the Superstation, WFDF. And I am your host, Crisette Ellis from the D. And I'm here with my force of friendship girlfriends. We got Caterina, Sabrina. I'm sure Gloria is going to pop in the house in a few minutes. Okay, I was going to say everybody is accounted for, but we're missing Gloria, but I'm sure she's going to be popping in just a few. But it is certainly good to be here on a Monday, Oh my goodness, we had a wonderful weekend. We hope you had a blessed, safe weekend. And I'm telling you, it is absolutely another great day in the D. And you know, you guys, we are here Monday through Friday. Excited to spend time with you. And I guarantee you today, we are not going to disappoint. We have another powerful hour-packed radio talk, and we look forward to connecting with you. So today, you guys, we are going to be talking about discovering your dream and pursuing it with passion. So my question to you is, what dreams do you have? What steps are you taking to get closer to your dreams? What do you need to do? Do you need to reset? Do you need to refocus? What do you need to do to start pursuing your dream? Well, today we are going to talk about it all. So we want you to call in and tell us what your dream is, and even tell us what some of your issues are, because you're calling, we got issues, and we're going to do our best to try to help you with them. Of course, you know the number is 313-778-7600. Well, you guys, we want you to lean in close today, because our guest knows all about dreaming and pursuing her dreams. She is Detroit's very own renowned jazz artist, Kimmie Horne. Woo, we are so excited to have her in the house today. Of course, you know, she is absolutely a hometown favorite. And so she's going to be joining us in just a few. Well, okay. All of the girlfriends are accounted for. We were waiting on you, Gloria, waiting on you, and you're here. So everybody is accounted for. So you know what, you guys, there's so much that's going on in the world. I'm sure everybody got a lot to talk about. Today was a wonderful day. Took some time to go and listen to the Detroit Symphony Orchestra. They have been partnering with Greater Grace Temple for several years now. And of course, we've always enjoyed the fact that they would come to our church, part of their orchestra, and to expose the inner city youth and the community to the music, the orchestra type music, the different instruments, just so beautiful. Well, of course, because of COVID, all of that was put on pause, but now they are doing little vignettes, little things. Today, we had I don't want to say string, but five of them from the orchestra.
Ensemble. That would be an ensemble.
Ensemble. Thank you. Thank you, Sabrina. Thank you for the word.
We all need help. We all need help.
We had an ensemble that came out today, and it was just so nice to be out there on the lawn in our park. It was just absolutely beautiful. So we sat out there, listened to the music, and I'm telling you, music is just so good for the soul. It is so soothing. So that was how I spent part of my day on today. But you know what? I'm going to throw it over to the girlfriends and see what's going on. I'm going to start at the West Coast. The West Coast looking fly. Look at this new. You guys are listening. You can't see. All right. She's doing the natural thing today. Our girl, Caterina Harris Earl from the West Coast. What's up, Caterina?
Oh my goodness. Yes. I am. I mean, when I tell you, I know you can't see it on Facebook and the radio can't see it, but the back is super curly. I'm trying to get the front to do all of it too. But Anthony is like, okay, you rocking that. I got Rodney's products. I got the products from the Black Expo in Chicago. I got the Lotta Body products from the woman I warm chatted at the IKEA. I got it all in here. She told me liquid oil condition. I was like, that's what I needed was an acronym. So Chris, now I just need to get on FaceTime with you and have you help me with locking it up and get my sponge and everything. But it is happy. It's a happy day here. Just a happy day. Seriously. I spent 20 hours working with her in my kitchen this week. I'm posting pictures. You got to see. Everything is labeled. I'm so excited. But this is my news, y'all. The new salary, Angela Bassett, did y'all see this? Is now one of the highest paid actresses on TV. The new salary.
Wow. No, I didn't see that.
Yes.
Wow.
Making the highest paid actress of color ever in a broadcast drama series. $450,000 an episode. Can you say that? Per episode. Does it come on weekly? Does that come on weekly? Just to compare it, Viola Davis was getting $250. Kerry Washington got $80,000 an episode for Scandal.
Wow.
And, Viola Davis was getting $250 for Get Away with Murder. And so Angela's exploring its high pressure experiences are believed to be all getting a 25% raise. So other people that are associated with her, when she went up, she took other people up with her. They got a 25% raise to about $80,000 an episode next season, are projected to go up to $100,000 an episode for the 6th season, which is amazing. She went in and negotiated not just for herself, but everybody got a raise. So I thought that was some newsworthy stuff.
Yes.
And $50,000 an episode. Can we give it a round of applause for Angela Bassett? OMG. Chris. Okay.
Wow. Listen, when you know your craft and you know you good at what you do, you can ask for what you want. Okay. Now that right there will preach. Wow, Caterina, that is awesome. Well, I'm going to throw it to our girl. We got to come up with a rhyme. Sabrina, you know you good at putting words together. Come on, we need a rhyme, but we're going to throw it to Sabrina Goodwin Monday. It's always Monday. Sabrina Goodwin Monday. Okay, go on, Sabrina. What's up?
Every day is Monday. Every day is Monday, baby. Every day is Monday. I'm so glad to be back. So good to see the girlfriends. I'm rested, rejuvenated, ready to go. Caterina, I'm loving that natural look. Oh my goodness, you done went to the other side. How you gonna leave me, girl? You done went to the other side, okay?
Come on.
I see you. That's good. You must feel amazing to be free. I'm good, you guys. All is well. I hear storms are roaring somewhere because there have been flight delays in some part of the country, but it's beautiful here in Chapel Hill today. I'm glad to be back at an incredible birthday weekend. Fun Day Monday. I saw somebody say that. Yes. Fun Day Monday. So it's all good. I'm glad to see my girlfriends. You guys held it down last week. Heard the shows were absolutely amazing. So Gloria, Mayfield Banks in Ellicott City, so we can get on with our guest. How are you?
I'm so good. I'm so good. I'm so glad that it's Monday. I'm so excited. Monday. So listen, you guys, I just had an event in my house. We had to keep it real tight, real right. It was just an interesting process with the COVID going the way that it is, watching people's dynamics, how strict they can be with themselves with the mask, how they can social distancing when they have real relationships. But it was a great event. It was really nice. But it's interesting to watch the social dynamics, people missing each other and girlfriends being together. So it was good, though. It was very, very good. I can't wait for this show because I love talking about dreams. And I love talking about passion. And I love being with people who are spectacular on it and recognized worldwide for that. So I'm ready to pass it on over to you, Chris. So much is going on. It's Monday.
Absolutely. Well, we are so excited to bring to We Got Issues, the one and only Miss Kimmie Horne. You guys give it up for Kimmie Horne. Yes. Oh, wow.
Good evening,
and I
ladies.
tell
Good
you,
evening.
I'm loving your hair,
Yes.
loving your hair, loving everything about you, Kimmie. You guys, when I tell you, I'm so excited that Kimmie is here with us on today. She is going to share with us her story. Had an opportunity to chat with her a few weeks ago. And when I tell you, her story is absolutely amazing. And it's such a great story that we wanted to share it with our radio listeners and, of course, to our Facebook fans. We are so excited that she is here. You guys, this woman right here has an amazing voice. I mean, she is well known in Detroit, but she is known throughout the world, okay? And just to give you a little background about Kimmie, and one of the other reasons why I love her so much is that her mother, Sister K is what we call her, K Horne, she was my father-in-law's secretary for over 20 years. Over 20 years.
Wow.
Yes. And then when he passed away, she was so good that Chuck kept her on as his secretary. Okay. And when I tell you to know her mother is to know love. If you look in the dictionary and you look at the word love, a picture of Sister K would be right there. She is such an amazing woman that when she retired, Chuck has not replaced her. She is, you know that when you become irreplaceable. Absolutely. And so you know what? The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. And so we're going to just open up this conversation before it's time for us to go to break. I want Kimmie to tell you guys just a little bit about her journey. I want you to talk a little bit about yourself, how long you've been in the business, and tell us some of the places that you've traveled to. Kimmie,
okay,
take it away.
Well, all right. Well, first of all, thank you for having me on the show. We Got Issues. I love you ladies, and I watch your show and I support it. So thank you for all that energy.
Yes.
I thought I was pumped up, but you guys got me ready to go out here and work out. But I am a native Detroiter, born and raised. I am from a musical family. I'm from a family of 7. I'm the middle child. I always say that because I always tease my mother saying the middle child always has this stable balance. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. But it is kind of true though. But I'm a native Detroiter. My dad was a musician and singer. My uncle was a musician and singer with one of the earlier groups from the Motown era, the Fantastic Four. Yeah, their biggest song was "The Whole World Is a Stage and Everybody Plays a Part," and I believe that is true still today. Really, it is.
Right.
My great aunt is the one and only Lena Horne, a movie icon extraordinaire, trailblazer, and all. But I started singing. It was always around the house. I got it when I was younger, but I really dove into it through college. I went to Ferris State. I went there and studying for journalism. And I came home one summer to sing background. And ever since then, I've been singing because I heard myself back through the recording studio. And it's something that I truly just felt like it was my purpose. It felt good to be back around music. And so I've had the great pleasure of traveling all around the world. I am a regular resident in Tokyo. I speak Japanese. I sing in Japanese. I still have a residency over there. And so I love performing and traveling. I've been doing it now for 30 years professionally. That's all that I've done for 30 years is perform and sing and record.
That's
Wow,
amazing. That's amazing.
When I tell you, just in the little bit that you've shared so far, it's just so many questions. And so, our topic on today, we're talking about discovering and really, really working to or pursuing your dreams. And so, one of the things that I want you to share is that initially you talked about your father. Talk a little bit more about your father and what your household was like.
Well, my household was like, because not only was my dad a singer and a performer, but he also was a carpenter. And I told Crisette this story. 7 kids, if you can imagine, as kids, we all went away to school, not went away, but we left for school in the morning and literally came back home, and my dad had rearranged our whole house. He was completely into open floor plans. So when we left in the morning, our house had all these walls, like partitions, kitchen, living room. When we got back, the whole top of the house was, all the walls were gone. All of our rooms were in the basement. The kitchen was in the basement. The whole house, the top floor was a recording studio. And that's what, that's been the foundation really of what still keeps me performing, because it does feel like home. Every time I step on that stage, it feels like home.
Wow, that's so powerful. So when you think about discovering your dream, I know initially you said you didn't see yourself as a jazz artist or a singer. You went to school for something else.
And then I studied. Yeah.
Go ahead. Tell us what you went to school for.
Yeah, I studied journalism, and there's this really amazing woman of color here, Diana Lewis, and she's retired now, but seeing her every morning on the news, someone who looked like me, who was my color, and the way she carried herself with such grace, and oh my gosh, she was so professional. And I literally went to school and said, I want to be just like her. And that when I went to college, that's why I studied journalism. And because I was brought up around music, that was the last thing I wanted to do. I didn't want to. I didn't want to pursue singing because it was like always around the house. And if anything, I was trying to get away from it. And so that's what I did. I went away to school, and then when I came back for a summer, just to sing a little background, that's when I found myself in the studio. And for me, it became full circle on where my purpose again, because it felt like home. It just felt right. Yeah.
Wow. Well, Kimmie, I want you to know we have another journalist who went to college, got her master's in journalism. That's Sabrina Goodwin Monday. Okay. Yes. She's the one that corrects us, tell us what punctuation and, which words to use, what tense of the word to use. So we're excited. You absolutely have that in common with her. Well, we have a few minutes before we go to break, and I'm going to ask any of the girlfriends if you have some questions that you want to ask Kimmie.
Kimmie, how did you find your way to Tokyo?
I was in California. The Wonder Love singers who sang background with Stevie Wonder. And one of the singers that was in the Wonder Love, may she rest in peace, her name was Melody. And I went out to California to stay and record with her for about 2 weeks. And when I was there, Stevie Wonder called while she was gone. And I answered the phone. I was there. And of course, I answered the phone. And when he said, this is Stevie, and it's Mel there. And I said, she's not there. But I knew that they were dating at the time. So he wanted her to go and sing at this establishment in Tokyo, and Mel wasn't interested in doing it. So it really was a situation where I was there. Stevie Wonder asked me, and how could you say no? I didn't even really think about what I had said yes to, really, because I had never been overseas. I had never been overseas. And Sabrina, really, it was really something. And I told Crisette the story. When I was sitting on that plane for that 14, 15-hour flight.
Right.
I'm sitting there on the plane because here I'm getting ready to go to Tokyo, and I'm a young Black woman who does not speak any English. I mean, any
No.
Japanese. I'm going to play with a Japanese orchestra, and they don't speak any English. And I'm sitting on this plane thinking, what was I thinking about? I don't even know what I was thinking about. But it was the biggest blessing that it was just a huge blessing. And ever since then, I've been trying. It's my 25th, 26th time now.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Unbelievable that you were brave enough to say yes, to not worry about the details, to know that God would take care of it. All right?
Yeah.
I mean, take care of you. That is amazing.
Absolutely.
Talking about chasing a dream. When the dream is big enough, the facts don't matter. Details don't matter.
That's right. That's right. Well, listen, you guys, we have to go to break right now. And when we come back from our break, we are going to continue this conversation with the one and only Kimmie Horne. You're listening to We Got Issues on 910 AM, the Superstation.
Oh my goodness, you guys. Facebook family, we are back. We are back. I'm so glad to be here. Kimmie Horne, you guys. I just want to listen to her music right away. I'm trying to find the music. I'm going to listen to her all evening long. But what a gift we have. She's a beautiful woman. You can tell she's beautiful on the outside. I understand her music is fantastic. I'm going to be one of her brand new favorite fans.
Later.
And Crisette, turn your volume down. Chris, we can hear you. Turn your volume down. And so what I want you guys to think about are your dreams. What do you want? How do you want it? You know, we've got people scared to go down the street. Kimmie Horne got on a plane going to Tokyo, didn't speak the language, had never been overseas, and said, I got to take a chance on me.
Okay.
Yeah. The more to the story is this. You gotta take a chance. You gotta take a chance. Hold on, you guys. So this is it. You guys think about what you're going to do to step out of your comfort zone.
Seriously injured in a car accident.
Okay, what do you want to do?
Denied an insurance claim, going through a divorce, need a wheel
So,
and more. Give us a call today at
going to the fall season. Can you believe we are willing to this 2021? We've got August, September, October, November, December, 5 months. 5 months. Find a dream, to start a dream, to rebirth a dream. This is what this show is about, is having a dream, pursuing your dream, not being a scared, afraid cat. You have to feel the fire. You've got to, you know, faith and fear cannot coexist. You have got to make sure that you're faithful, not fearful, go after your dream. Somebody's volume is up on here, so we're hearing it through the radio. I'm sorry, you guys, but we're so glad the Facebook family is here. We're so glad to have Kimmie Horne here. Can you believe her great Lena Horne? That is big, you guys. Her great Lena Horne. So what are you dreaming about? What are you going to pursue? What are you going to do to step out of your comfort zone?
Okay, you know what? When we come back on, let some of it play. I like the one that you took us off of it, but whatever you have, just a little bit of it. Tell me the song, and then I can, after we play it,
any Windows phone, watch us live at 910amsuperstation.com.
Okay.
910, the Superstation, Detroit's only African American talk radio.
Where's Frog Island? Okay. And who was the name of the artist? Okay, but Kimmie is singing it. Okay. Okay.
What a wonderful evening. We welcome you tonight.
Oh, that's me.
There was a guy with on the phone. Had a lot of God dreams. Something I can call then it brings along. I sing a praise song. Now I'm happy. Welcome to my
Oh, wow. It's nothing like some smooth jazz, smooth jazz. I know you're trying to figure out what's going on. You got it. You are still listening to We Got Issues, and we just wanted to give you a little taste of this amazing jazz artist, Miss Kimmie Horne. She is our guest today, and we're talking about how to discover and how to pursue your dreams. And when I tell you, she knows exactly what to do. And so right before break, she was sharing with us about her very first trip to Tokyo and going to Tokyo to sing with Stevie Wonder. When I tell you, that's absolutely amazing. So go ahead, Kimmie, finish the story. And I'm sure some of the other girlfriends have some questions for you, but that was such an amazing story.
Well, let me just clarify something. It wasn't to sing with Stevie. He recommended. So when I went there, it was a Japanese band, but just coming highly recommended from the genius Stevie Wonder was a blessing in itself. And when I got there, I mean, and I was a younger woman, probably 19 years old.
Wow.
And when I got there, I really learned that language, it does transcend across age, race, culture. It was so amazing because I was scared to death thinking, what have I got myself into? I'm coming over here and I had all this time to think about it. And it's like, I hope that we can communicate. And I got there, our first rehearsal was amazing. I mean, the Japanese musicians were incredible. And we all just meshed perfectly. And still today, we call ourselves family. So it was really huge. It was a huge lesson for me in life.
Yeah.
You know what? I just want to jump in here, right? I wanted to jump through the screen for real. I'm so excited. Kimmie, this is Gloria. I'm from Detroit. I absolutely love you. I love your spirit. I love your energy. I love your story. I'm so enamored with the fact that you picked up the language and you learned the language. But I want to go back to how did that, going those two languages, going over there, how did it ignite dreams in you that you didn't know that you had? I love things that we do that make us think about things that we had no idea about. Your hair is just riveting. I mean, it's just everything go like that. I'm like, oh my God, that hair is everything. It's everything. But I'm just so excited. And then, to be from Detroit and to have Stevie Wonder be a part of spending your life the way that he did. Yes. But when you went there and you have those two languages, what other dreams did it possibly spark for you that you did not have before?
It helped me to realize that I can talk to anybody. It helped me to realize that I am very resilient. It helped me to realize, because being over there, not only was it my first time overseas, but why did I sign up for 3 months? Who does that? 3 months. So literally I moved into the culture. And when I say moved into the culture, I literally moved into just like the Japanese live. And even though Tokyo is really westernized, the area that I started going to and performing was like Kyoto, Osaka, Yokohama. These are places where these are traditional shrines, and they had the geisha girls and the samurai. It was hugely profound to me, even in terms of what I ate. I went over there with an open mind, though. I really, really did do whatever the Japanese did. I mean, like they say, when in Rome, do what the Romans do. I did. I tried so many different things, and I have to be honest. I did drink a lot of Sapporo beer because beer was a chaser for everything. You know, I did. You know,
I love Sapporo. I love Sapporo. I love it.
Sapporo.
I love Sapporo.
It's
Yes,
one of their number one beers, right?
I like it.
And
Yeah.
And I started loving it.
Yeah.
to help just I didn't want to offend the culture. That's the other thing that I did learn, Gloria, is that they are so appreciative of everything that came out of my mouth. And I'm not exaggerating. I mean, I made good money, but in terms of tips, just in terms of going and sitting at customers' tables, and that is nothing sexual about that. It was only they want to learn your language. They are honored that you are coming to sit with them and speak because they are watching your mouth. They're watching every single thing about you because the Japanese, they are amazing mimickers. They will mimic what we do, and they can come back and sing to me what I just sang to them and not even know how to speak English. And I was blown away by that. But to answer your question, is one of the things that I mostly learned is that in that 3-month time is how many, number one, women, because in Japan at the time, women were secondary, and it's very known. The men lead the way. It's no question about it. But coming in as a tall Black woman with big hair and an entertainer, I got through a lot of doors that the women could not get through. So they were empowered by me. And what they empowered me with is how to be a dainty lady again. Because and I say that because having my own show and my own band, a lot of times you have to be tough. You know, you talking to the guys like they're brothers, and you're like, don't even be looking at me like that. I'm your sister. You know, I had to be, you know, you got to you got to wear the pants, and you got to be tough. And, you know, I'm working with guys that were older than I was in Detroit. So when I went to Japan, it was smooth. And the ladies just taught me how to be dainty and be a lady again. I really embraced that. I didn't have to be tough. I was able to just be the star.
Kimmie, I have a question.
We love her already. We love you so much.
I have a question. This is Caterina, girlfriend Caterina. And first of all, I definitely want to know what you put in your hair. Can I get my hair to ever grow that long? But we're talking about dreams today. And one of the books that I gave one of my grandchildren and said, I'll pay you $100 to read this book is called Talent is Not Enough. And it's just listening to you. You're so talented, and I just love it. And we know that talent is not enough. We even know a genius like Stevie Wonder is not who he is only because of his talent. So can you talk about how you took your talent and, you know, made it work for you to the point of being able to have it sustain you for so long? So many people are working in one field and they're talented in another field that they really would love to work in or to have as their career, but they haven't been able to make that bridge. What are some of the things that have made the difference in addition to your amazing talent?
Yes, thank you so much. And one of the most profound things that really helped get me in line with my talent, number one, I'm a Taurus, and I'm people say stubborn, but I think I'm just focused. I'm super focused, and I do know how to focus. I mean, so I really wanted to sing, and I felt after I came to that moment in the studio, and I embraced that, like, this is my sign. I'm supposed to do this. So that was one time. And then the second time, then, Sabrina, what happened was my dad, and I think, Crisette, I told you this story, that my dad was sick. And my dad was always like the one who really supported my music in terms of having a studio for me and a stage where I can rehearse. But he got sick, and I didn't want to go see him in the hospital because he was sick. And I was always used to seeing my dad so strong and vibrant. And my sister, she really talked to me. She said, Kimmie, you really need to go and see Daddy. So I went to the hospital. It was a challenge to myself. And I said, I'm going to see my dad. When I got there, my dad was in a hospital bed and he could no longer speak anymore. And of course, in my head, I'm saying to my sister, I'm fussing like, why did she tell me that Daddy couldn't talk? I wouldn't have come to see him like this. But his eyes were looking at me and they were still they were full of life. So I turned away from the bed to compose myself. And as I did that, I started humming the scales. Just trying to calm myself, right? And why did my dad hum the scales back to me like, So when I went back to the bed and, I just looked at him, that was the last of my dad. My dad passed away. So I took that as he passed the torch on to me. And this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So regardless of what anybody else says, what anybody else does, I have a vision, I have determination, and I have persistence. And that's what keeps me pursuing what I do.
Mm-hmm. As an artist, Kimmie, in this pandemic, what have you been able to do since you haven't been able to perform live? Have you kept your dream alive?
Have I kept his dream alive?
No, she was just saying because of the pandemic and you've not been able to do as many things live, how have you continued?
How I continued is that I created a one-woman show, and it was called The Rhythm Room. And what I did is I went downstairs and used my dad's carpentry skills that I have now. And I called my brother over and we got my studio ready to go live like we're doing now. And I went live. I did the engineer stuff. I had some technical engineer problems, but Facebook Live, I decided to go live every Friday night at 7:00. And I called it
Wow.
Which is equivalent to like my prayer room, because I needed to heal myself because I needed the energy from the crowd.
Right.
I didn't have it.
Right.
So that's what I did. And it was amazing. Not only did it bless me, but it blessed so many other people. And still today, like yesterday, I did this show. You guys, I can't believe 3 people came up to me and said, we watch your Rhythm Room. And it's like, oh my gosh, I did that to save myself from going crazy. So that's one of the things that I did. And that kept me really busy. And I learned a lot about technical stuff and cameras and lighting. And it was a whole nother class in itself. That kept me busy.
Excellent. Excellent.
You guys, as we're leaning into this conversation about discovering and pursuing your dreams, they said there are 7 things that you absolutely need to do in order to pursue your dreams. The first one is you got to dream it. Everything starts in the heart and in the mind. So you got to dream it. The second thing is you have to believe it. And yes, your dream has to be big. It has to be something that seems like it's beyond your capabilities. Like you said, Kimmie, I am going at 19 years old. I'm flying to Tokyo. I don't speak the language. I've never traveled before, beyond what you could have actually envisioned that you would do. So you have to dream big. The third thing is that you have to see it. You have to see it. Great achievers have a habit. They see things. That other people don't necessarily see. And then this one I love. You got to tell it. Right? Sometimes, when you have a dream, it's so easy to keep it to yourself because you're like, well, maybe it won't happen. But when you know that you know, like you said, it came full circle and you said, this is what I'm supposed to do, then you got to shout it from the mountaintop. And then the fifth thing is you have to plan it. Every dream must take the form of a a plan, right? The old saying is that you get what you plan for. You get what you plan for. And I'm going to have you talk a little bit about the upcoming festival that we're going to go to this coming weekend. And then number 6, you got to work it. You got to work it. You put the plan together and you have to work it. And so I know that, as you said, Caterina, that book, Talent is Not Enough. Talent is not enough. You have to work it. Talent is important, but you absolutely have to put some work behind it. And then the last one, this is the one that I love. You got to enjoy it. And Kimmie, I can tell with the way you're talking, I mean, you absolutely are the epitome. What does your shirt say, Kimmie? What does your shirt say?
Peace, love, and music all throughout the journey.
Okay, you absolutely. So those are just 7 things that I know are important that you have to do when you're discovering and pursuing your dream.
Yes.
So Gloria, did you want to say something?
I was just loving what you were saying, and I was loving her shirt, and I was loving the pursuit of when she talked about her dream. And I want to say this, that I love the way that you transitioned the meaning that your father passed on to you, and that you didn't blink. One of the things that happens when we want to create a dream, and you said it didn't matter, is the fortitude that you can continue to go forth, because we all get knocked down to the left and to the right with people thinking how to shape our life, how to shape our dream. But you found something to hold on to. I think that's really important, that people find something to hold on to that causes them a rock, and just the accepting of the message that your father gave to you to hold on to a dream of that capacity was amazing. I do have a question though. You said that you went to Tokyo for 3 months and then you go back and forth. You still go back and forth? Or did it lead to travel throughout the world?
It did lead to travels throughout the world. My last traveling date was, just before the pandemic. They still wanted me to come in March. They wanted me to come in March this year, and I declined. They wanted me to come when it was SARS, when SARS was out, and I declined. I wanted to be home. It's just, it's a scary feeling, being so far away from home. So, yes, it definitely took me traveling more and more around the world, but I think Japan and Asia just has a real special place in my heart because of what I learned there too. I mean, I had my own apartment and I was there in this tiny little apartment, just myself. And I turned off the TV. I only had my music and I had one book. It's called The Artist's Way. And I dug deep into who I was. So it really was like it was a spiritual retreat in a huge way, because it was just me. It was just me. I didn't trust people. Some of the musicians, even that I met later, because there's a lot of American men, Black men musicians that are in Asia, not a lot of Black women. And I even asked that. I said, well, why is that? But it's because of the culture. The men are here and the ladies are here, and it's like, oh, there ain't too many of us over here.
Right.
It just was a spiritual retreat, and every time I go, I use it as that, because we're on different time frames and everything, and it's a chance to dig in deep to yourself.
When there's so many opportunities to touch so many places in the world, you sound like you have a feeling for when you're in Tokyo. Is there any other place in the world that ignites the dream for you other than Detroit and Tokyo? Is there another place that sort of ignites it?
Puerto Rico.
Really?
Wow. Yeah, I enjoyed Puerto Rico because the time that I went to Puerto Rico, I think it was probably because I went with my best girlfriends. They went with me for a trip for me performing there at Carly's Bistro, and that was their first time out. So I think that made it a lot of fun. So
always
have special memory. You know what I'm saying? That was so memorable, and I'm so glad that we went when we did, because it was before the hurricane and everything. So I love the fact that it's like, even for me, introducing things to my girlfriends that I grew up with, you know, and they're in different fields. I'm the only singer and performer. They always say, Kimmie, here you go again. Where you trying to get us to go now? We went to all your shows in Detroit. We got to be here too. You know, and so, but for
that's what girlfriends do, Kimmie. Kimmie, that's what girlfriends do. They drag me everywhere too. They drag me everywhere. That's for sure. For sure. We drag each other. Right. Hey,
you guys. Can see our tribe. I was just going to say, Chris, our tribe. Oh, we have a caller. I was just going to say, okay, I can see our tribe. Oh, I was just going to say, I can see our tribe. I could see our tribe following Kimmie someplace in the world. I know the tribe is ready to go. I know they're ready to go. Okay, I know they're ready to go. Carla says she's ready. She's ready.
Well, we do have a caller. Carla, are you there?
I am here, First Lady, and oh my God, I love me some Kimmie Horne, homegrown, the church, homegrown, Carla, Kimmie Horne, and some greater things. Come on now. So, Kimmie, I just want you to know I'm so proud of you. The last time I saw Kimmie perform, y'all, she was on one of the top premier yachts. Performing up and down St. Clair and Detroit River. And when I tell you her beauty is not just her singing, just like Miss Caterina, the Queen Caterina said, it's not just the talent. It is her beauty, her interactions with the audience. Now, just at Gloria Mayfield Bank, her hair is the bomb. Kimmie is queen from head to toe. Kimmie gets on the set. And she is performing total class act. My cousin and I just wanted to do something. And when I tell you, she came over to us. She graciously greeted us. But she was the same with everybody on that yacht. So ultra talented, warm and welcoming, perfect example of being, a star, but treating people kind. And that, my dear Miss Kimmie, I love you, girl. I can't wait to see you again. This is before the pandemic, so I wasn't out there, y'all, during the pandemic. This is a Christmas in July yacht ride from the Infinity Ovation. I can't wait for the next time. Y'all, I love you so much. You know I do. Thank you so much.
Carla. Yes, Carla. I think we have another caller, Marathon. These are some of our favorites. They love calling. We got issues. Marathon, are you there?
Marathon, are you there?
Hey, Kimmie.
How you doing, Marathon?
I got to say this without crying. Kimmie, when she played at the Rhinoceros, if she saw me come in the door, she gonna make Marathon get on the mic. And she was very unselfish with her mic. And I thank you for that. Because a lot of times I was very down. I was living with depression, being bipolar. People didn't understand me, but you gave me a chance.
Thank you. That's because I love you, my brother. That's why. I love you. Marathon, thank you so much for calling in and sharing that very special moment. Yes, we appreciate you sharing that, and you know what? And that it just reminds us that everybody wears an invisible sign around their neck that says "Make me feel special." And Kimmie, you know what? Both of these callers have called in and talked about, how of course you are talented,
and sometimes people have two, but they miss the third one, and that's the human touch. And you absolutely have that. You have such a big heart. And, sometimes when you achieve a certain status in life, it's so easy to forget, but you haven't forgotten. And so, Marathon, we're so glad that you called in today. I hope that I touch people where they call and they shed a tear because that is just so wonderful. So we appreciate you. Thank you, Marathon.
Yeah, thank you so much. And we don't take that for granted either.
Absolutely.
Like you said, in terms of audience participation, it's amazing and I'm sure you ladies have been on stage and you can look out and sometimes you see the energy of people. You see when they're feeling afraid. You see when they're feeling nervous.
Right. That's right.
you feel when they're energized, and if you go to them, you know that they're going to be a ham or a good sport. So that's one of the things I'm so grateful for, to be able to stand on that stage and see that and witness that. Because when I go out and I do audience participation, which I don't do it as much anymore now because of the pandemic and the microphone, but because of walking through the audience, and as I come, you can see when people are getting nervous, like, oh, I hope she doesn't stop here. I hope it, and I won't. I'll just walk past and touch their shoulder. Like, I'm not trying to make anybody feel uncomfortable. I want people to feel like we are all in this together. This is my house and you are welcome. It doesn't matter if it's a teeny, intimate club or stadium. We all are up here together.
Right. Hey, Kimmie, you mentioned early on, and I don't know how much you can share with us, that your great aunt is Lena Horne. I never knew that. So did you get a chance to meet her? Tell us a little bit about that.
You know, because of our age, I did not get a chance to meet Lena Horne, but because of our family reunions and how close our families, the Horne family is, our oldest uncle, who is deceased now, he was 87 years old, and I'll never forget when we had a family reunion, and I went to him and I was like, Uncle Odine, you know, I just want to find out the history, you know, of Lena Horne. I hear these stories that she's been to the reunion before. How was she? I'm a singer. I mean, I want to know if this is a big deal. And the Horne side is dark skin. Of course, you know, Lena's side is light skin. So there actually was still a little anger that had come out a little bit, has come over through years of not being accepted, the darker side. And so it wasn't so openly like, Kimmie, go and you know, acknowledge that Lena Horne is, it wasn't so open like that with my elders, the older Hornes. And so one of the things that I did do is that on one of the family reunions, I actually did a tribute to Lena Horne. And I told the story to ease it through music, because I had all of our Horne elders there. So I had to be real careful to really to stand by that so strongly, you know, because of my family members that were living. So, but she's from my dad's side. She's on my dad's side. And I have definitely been influenced by her. She has been a true influence for me, just in terms of how to continue to carry myself, how to give back to community, you know, and how to just be true to the music. So, but that's how we're related. She's on my dad's side. So I didn't get a chance to meet her, unfortunately. But
those genes, absolutely. Right. Those genes, absolutely. Genes are something else. Genes are real, because absolutely love Lena Horne. Her voice was just absolutely beautiful. And so, you know, those genes are something else. You have it as well. I know Gloria has a question. And after Gloria's question, Kimmie, tell us a little bit about what's going to take place this coming weekend, your festival. We want to hear about that. Gloria?
Yes. Okay. Okay. So this could lead into the festival, because Kimmie, when you talked about Lena and you talked about her legacy, and then you think about yourself and you think about your legacy, what is the legacy you want to leave? Because you're making such a footprint and an imprint with so many people around the world. And sometimes when you get that talent and you get that voice, meaning your ability to impact, what is the legacy that you want to create for the world to see about you? And then just lead us into what you're doing this weekend. That's awesome.
Yeah, you know, I think the legacy sums it up to what Marathon pretty much said. You know, my legacy is that as I am a singer, as I am a performer, but I'm a person first. And I think that is, I'm a human. You know, that is so important to me, because there are so many, especially during this pandemic. I mean, this pandemic really woke us all up into look in the mirror and say, you know, am I really doing enough? Wait a minute.
Right.
Really doing enough? Not just for me and making myself better, but how do I stand on the stage and be even better to be able to radiate something more? So that's what my legacy is. You know, I don't claim to be the baddest singer in town or that's not my goal. My goal is to just be true to who I am and be a kind person, because when we all leave here, we all leaving here with this. I mean, we're just our souls.
Right.
That's so good.
So I hope that answered your
good.
question, Gloria.
Yes, yes. I mean, I can't wait
Tell
to
us
hear about
about
the
this
concert
weekend.
this weekend. Yes, that's
the
awesome.
weekend. The weekend. I am super excited about this, for real. This is the 5th anniversary for the Kimmie Horne Jazz Festival. I launched it as a one-day event, and now it has moved to a bigger city. This year, it's a weekend event now. It's Friday and Saturday. We have pulled in hotel partnerships so people can have a staycation. I have 8 amazing performers that we're going to share the stage together. I have vendors, food truck vendors, beverages. What else do we have? Merchandise. You can go shopping and get, shopping things. And then a Lifetime Achievement Award. And this is part of what I wanted to do, to make sure that I acknowledge an elder, not I said the elderly, but I'm gonna say the wisdom of some of these performers that are not acknowledged, in my opinion, not enough. And so we will give a Lifetime Achievement Award to Rosetta Hines from WJZZ, who was a staple for radio, right, Crisette? I mean, she is a staple. So she gets the award this year, and every year I have a segment in the song, which is a segment in the show, which is one of my favorite. It's called Sister in Song, and I got this from those old music movies, because I love those old music movies, and I love when the 2 ladies come out together and sing a song, and they're kind of dressed alike, but they're a little different. So every year I feature another amazing singing buddy of mine. So this year is going to be Thornetta Davis, the Queen of the Blues. So we're going to do a duet together. I'm excited about that, and super excited to now add a fun and fitness morning from 8 to 12 in the morning of Saturday. We have a Jazzy Roll bike cruise. We have a hula hoop fit routine, and we have a classic car and bike show for the whole family to enjoy. And all of this is free. This is a free festival.
Wow. I mean, Kimmie, that is just, it's amazing. It's so awesome how, you took this festival for one day, and now it's a weekend, and you've incorporated so many things within this festival. I am so looking forward to being there. You absolutely know I'm going to come and see you, and I'm just going to enjoy the day being out there with everybody. I mean, you literally are a jewel in Detroit. We so appreciate you. We're so glad that you took time. Yes.
I was going to say, before we go, how do they find out how to go to the show? Website? How do they find out?
Yeah, they can go to the website. The website is southfieldcity.com. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. www.cityofsouthfield.com. They can go to the website and pull up that, and they'll have all of my festival information.
Oh, wow. Excellent. Yes, it's going to be absolutely amazing. We will make sure that we post it. You guys, This has been such a beautiful, wonderful conversation. Thank you so much, Kimmie, for just sharing your story, your dream, your success, and how it's out there for anybody that would dare to dream. If you have a dream, just know that you have what it takes to make it a reality. And so we want you to join us tomorrow on We Got Issues from 6 to 7, Monday through Friday. And we are going to end today listening to Kimmie Horne sing Feeling Good.
Feeling good. Feeling real good. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean. Butterflies are having fun, and you know what I mean. Computer
fix it. All about technology.
That was amazing. That was crazy amazing. So good.
OMG, Kimmie.
So
Can you hear us?
What a story.
That was so
Can I
good.
turn it up now?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I can hang up the
Loved it.
phone now.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Hang
Yeah.
up this?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna run your ring.
Listen, I just want to say, I just really want to say, I love each and every one of you so much. I mean, really, you talk and you come and you put everyone on the podium and you talk with them and you say these things, but you ladies are doing some amazing things, and I just want to say that you lift me. You lift me, and Crisette, you lift me all the time. I'm always tuning in, and this is what it's really about. I don't want to hold you time, but just one last teeny little story. Can I do that?
Yes.
It's okay. I don't know if we're on the air or, you never know.
We're still with the Facebook audience. We're still with the Facebook audience.
Oh, okay.
You're okay. You're okay.
Okay. So first of all, Sabrina, did I speak okay? I spoke.
You did good, Kimmie. Very good. Very good. Very good.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to say that I did an interview not too long ago, and the young lady asked me, she said, Kimmie, what are you doing, to mentor women? You should have women that you're mentoring. And I was like, to be honest, just every time I step on stage, I'm just doing my best. And to me, that's the biggest form of mentoring. And that's what you ladies are doing. So again, thank you. Thank you. And I continue to watch you guys and be a fan of yours. And I love the girlfriends, and we got issues. I love that.
All right, Kimmie. We're going to Tokyo. We're going to Tokyo.
Yes.
We're going to Tokyo for the Olympics. We're going to Tokyo with Kimmie. Okay.
Yes, that's right.
Yes,
That's right.
yes.
When it opens back up.
Wherever.
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Hey, Kimmie, I'm just letting you know, we are, once everything kind of calms down, the pandemic, we are planning a girlfriend's trip, and we would absolutely love for you to come and be a part of that and share your talents with us. That would be awesome.
I would love that. I will be honored. Now, will I be able to cut loose too? No.
Cut loose. Yes, Kimmie, cut loose, okay? Yeah.
If Sabrina's there, you absolutely
cut loose. Okay.
Okay.
From anchor to anchor, right?
Okay, invite them.
Yes.
Okay.